talking about building hot rods here. Not talking about sugarcoating. We're talking about everything. Knuckle busting. The rust in your fucking eyes. We're talking about building fucking hot rods. We're talking about building hot rods here. Not talking about sugarcoating. We're talking about everything. Knuckle busting. The rust in your fucking eyes. We're talking about building fucking hot rods.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to It's All About the Build podcast. We got a good show for you this week. If you live under a rock, then you don't know that the Ridler Award is going on. And if you haven't listened to previous episodes, I don't know what to tell you. We went into some pretty good depth on that one, on what it takes to win these awards. And right now it's going on in Detroit. And as of right now, it's Saturday at 9:30. And they just dropped the grade 8 finalists. And that's what we're going over today. One by one, we're going to talk about our thoughts on it. And one by one, we're going to piss people off. No, I'm just joking. I'm not going to sit here and, I'm not going to pick shit apart unless it's absolutely hazardous.
Well, we'll just go over the cars and see, just tell what we like and don't like. That's all.
Right. And before further ado, ladies and gentlemen, this one's for you guys. Happy Saturday night.
Happy Saturday. Oh, yeah. We
Cheers.
didn't crack one, but we cracked one earlier.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you want to follow along, we are going to be on the old Instagram because they got the best pictures that I've found so far. And if you go to, what the hell is this? The World of Wheels Autorama Instagram page. It is at Hot Rod Shows. You'll find it. But everything, all the information we're gathering is from the Haggerty website. And ironically enough, the pictures are Haggerty. So that's why we're going off of, that's why we're going off of the other shit. So the Instagram pictures. So in no particular order at all, the first car is a 1959 Corvette. And I guess, don't quit. I mean, in quotations, it says XS Ive. X-Ive. I don't know. They need to have pronunciations for this shit. Anyways. Xeeve, maybe? Look, I don't know.
Xeeve?
Who cares? This is what we're going with. Anyways, it is, I'm not going to go off of owners and builders and all that shit. We're just going to talk about the fucking car because that's all that really matters. I will go into detail about like if it's got something special in it. This one has a 700 horsepower, 427 cubic inch LS V8 in the son of a bee sting, a Tremec T56 Magnum polish and brush case. This thing has widened quarter panels, flared doors, side covers modified to be functional air extractors. And if you're on the Haggerty website, as we are, it is right there in big, bold photo right off the bat. And the first thing that I notice on this car is it is exquisite.
It is a nice looking car. It's different. It's a different first gen Corvette.
Yeah. And if you look at the grill, first thing that comes up, I mean, just from this picture on Haggerty, you can actually, the grill, the bumper's like inserted into the vehicle. See what I'm seeing there?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So down below the headlights and everything's tucked in real nice. I've never seen a Corvette done something like that. Usually that bumper's sticking way the fuck out, and they actually inserted this thing into the car, which is very, very pretty.
And what's the finish on that bumper there?
I don't know. I'm thinking. I mean, I don't know if it's just the picture.
It's not the picture because you can see the chrome is on the wheels and the this looks maybe like stainless. If it actually is stainless on the fender trim, but it looks definitely different. Almost like is it like a nickel look or like
like a brushed aluminum, I guess.
Yeah, brushed look, but it's not. It's like it has like a goldish tint to it.
Yeah. Now, the thing about these cars is, if you're not familiar with this stuff, and if you're not following along, these cars are exquisite. I'm going to use the word exquisite throughout this podcast.
Yeah, like we said in a previous episode, this stuff has to be built in secret. So this is the first time anybody's seeing them. I mean, when they actually pull off the trailer, either Wednesday or Thursday, whenever they pull up, it's free range. Anybody can take pictures at any time. So. You can't disqualify people for that, but for the most part, this is the first time the car's ever been shown.
Yeah, and as far as the interior goes, this car, like I said, if you're following along through the Instagram handle of @HotRodshows, which is the World of Wheels Instagram page, it has a beautiful picture of this intake system, this dual intake system. And this car is fucking nice. When I saw this earlier today, I was blown away because I saw a couple other ones, and then this one came about, and I was like, man, this one, they did a nice 2-tone or almost 3-tone with it.
I'm not crazy about the orange in there. That's just me.
Well, you talking about the interior, or just a couple of highlights?
The highlight. I'm not crazy about the highlight color being orange versus the red. But you're talking about the interior.
Well, you're talking about the subtle nuances of orange throughout the whole car.
Yeah, and unless the actual color is orange and it's like more reddish orange, then I guess that's okay. Maybe it's just the.
Well, if you're looking at the one on the Haggerty website, it
looks red.
Yeah, it's definitely a more red.
It looks red, but I'm looking on Instagram as well, and it looks kind of like orange.
Yeah.
More orange on the Instagram pictures.
Right. Who knows if they got a filter on either one of these?
Yeah, but even the orange in Haggerty is darker as well. So maybe it's just the way they shot it.
Yeah, and if when you're looking at this car, they have done a lot of work to this. The hood itself has 2 cutouts for this intake system that they got going on here. I'm almost curious what's going on with this engine.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was like a twin turbo or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't say anything about that though in the description.
You can see it's got like what kind of does this have the separated stacks almost on this intake? I'm curious if this is all custom shit as far as this intake and everything goes. I mean,
nothing's coming to mind as far as like a brand name.
But these are
individual
throttle bodies.
Yeah, I got 2 throttle bodies, and then cross plane intake.
Yeah, but this car here
almost looks carbon fiber, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah, this car here is pretty fucking sweet.
The whole center section there looks almost carbon fiber.
That's saying it's got widened quarter panels, flared doors, side covers modified to be functional air extractors.
And actually, there's a lot of carbon fiber in this car. Like, actually, it looks like it's in the darker area in the body molding. Where it usually be white.
Yeah.
That's carbon fiber?
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
I don't know if it's real or fake, but
I'm kind of curious if this car itself is a normal Corvette where it's what am I thinking of? Fiberglass.
Yeah.
This thing's a convertible. There's no top on this or anything. So this thing's wide out in the open.
Paint body carbon. Maybe that. Okay. So I guess maybe it is actual carbon fiber.
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with who this is. I said I wasn't going to say who the builders were, but this says the builders True Color Customs. They did the body paint and carbon.
So that's probably why it's so vibrant as far as the colors go.
Yeah. Let's go to True Color Customs.
But the only thing I'm not liking so far is, maybe you like it, but I don't, is the upholstery. And sorry, Randy's upholstery. But this fellow Randy is, I'm impressed with the work. I just don't like the design very much.
It's a modern feel.
It's very modern. It's almost like, almost too modern for my taste. Like it's like it was like almost like ahead of its time, I guess. I wonder if it's going to hold up over time. That's what I'm saying.
I got you. I mean, it's a two-tone. It's kind of like a baseball mitt.
I've never seen seats
camel.
like that before. Yeah, I've never seen seats like that before. Very cool, though.
Yeah, it's like a six-pack abs, man.
Almost looks like a massage chair.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah. I mean, I like the colors coming into the car like that.
It's got to be more of an orange color. That red. It just has to be. I'm not sure why the orange would be there otherwise.
Well, anyways, a little bit about this car here. We're not going to just sit here and describe it, but I want to talk a little bit about what it takes to widen quarter panels and fucking flared doors and side covers to be modified and stuff. I mean, if these actually have functional air extractors in them and everything, you know, there's some time and effort put into these things, and especially the widened quarter panels.
Being fiberglass?
Yeah.
Or if it actually is carbon fiber, like the whole body?
Yeah.
That'd be wicked.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of molding, a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, in order to do carbon fiber, you have to basically build the whole thing.
You have to build the mold.
Yeah, you got to build the mold and then carbon fiber and then peel it apart and finish everything off. You know, there's a lot to it. I mean, you got to make a buck basically.
Yeah, thinking about that, if it actually is carbon fiber, then it looks like they painted the car over the carbon fiber and then left the revealing for the body molding in the center there where the usually be white.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of badass. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, this thing's probably light as shit, and with 700 horsepower, this is probably like an adult fucking go-kart.
Seriously.
This thing is just fucking a monster.
And it's got Shot wheels. Shot's a good company. I've used them before.
Yeah, I'm not sure. What is it? Is it we got Willwood going on, I'm assuming? Is that what's going on?
Let me take a look.
They got Corvette. They got the C6 Corvette.
Oh, yeah, they have Corvette brakes.
That's
so
the same thing that we have on the 67 C10 in here.
Then they can go to O'Reilly's and pick brake pads up, I guess, then.
Yeah, but these, you can only get so many of these. They only made so many of these Masters.
Oh, okay.
Because remember how much fun we had trying to find a new a new caliper. That's what I meant. A new caliper for these things.
Right. And these are actually center lug too.
Yeah.
Okay. That's not bad.
Yeah, these are nice.
They got race car style pedals and everything.
Yeah.
Billet specialties, door handles and all that. That's nothing new. I mean, that they definitely bought that and stuck them in there, but
yeah, but I mean,
but the door handle itself looks like it was machined and everything.
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's even carbon fiber inside the damn thing.
Yeah, in the passenger dash area.
Well, I'm talking down on the inside A-pillar, running into where your pedals are and everything.
Yep, I see that. Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
Even on the door panel at the bottom, it's got it too.
It looks like they did some sort of. They brought some copper into this.
Maybe
copper buttons for their screws. It looks like to hold everything together underneath there. Maybe on each side.
See if I can find it here. Possibly. Kind of hard to tell.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with this car. I feel like they did a hell of a job with this. I mean, whoo-wee. I could pick it apart, but I don't want to. I feel good about this one. You know, like I said, this one was the one that really, really impressed me, which is kind of crazy because there's a hell of a selection this year.
It almost does look like copper, like button heads or copper, what's the word I'm looking for?
Copper? I don't fucking know.
Fasteners. Yeah, I'm looking for fasteners. That's the word I'm looking for.
That's
fasteners. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, this car, like I said, this is the 59 Corvette, whatever. I'm not even going to try to fucking butcher the name of it. And to all those that know the name of it, I apologize.
Exeve.
But moving on, like I said, if you guys are just joining us or whatever, I hope you guys are following along. Like I said, at Hot Rod Shows on Instagram is what we're following along. It's that is your, what the hell is this? The Autorama page. And we're also reading everything off of the Haggerty website. The next one online is a 1968 Mercury Cougar Predator, which
We can pronounce this name, Predator.
yeah, Predator, which, shout out to Arnold. That was the shit.
I love that movie. Awesome movie.
Oh, fuck, awesome is, yes, awesome is right. But this one, these Mercuries right off the bat, all I'm seeing is a 70 fucking Mustang right off the bat. You know what I mean?
It has a similar body style for sure.
Yeah. Similar. It's a fucking fastback if I ever seen one.
Okay, it's still similar.
Right. Anyways, Randy, go ahead and read this fucker off, would you?
Yeah, okay, so we got a fastback Mercury Cougar chassis, JF Customs. Got some Curtis wheels on there. Engine is a Boss 529. It's pretty big engine.
It's a monster.
Yeah, with a Tremec 5-speed, TKX 5-speed. Gary Yorston suspension, tubular A-arms, 3-link setup, and 9-inch posi track. Nothing new.
The usual. 3-link's a little bit more. I wasn't expecting a 3-link in all honesty.
Yeah, not really. Well, would you look at that? It's a 4-wheel disc.
Right. They really went overboard on fucking getting the info on these, huh?
Right. Oh, man. Yeah, okay, so there you go. Mustang fastback roof. So that's
damn.
a first line in the modifications list. Front end shortened 4 inches, wider and longer, rear quarter panels. Okay,
so that's where we're getting it. I mean, that's...
They modeled after Mustang. Okay, so...
Yeah.
And they had the Boss 529, so
yeah,
I think they were shooting for a Mustang look there.
Yeah, I mean, they totally, if that's what they were shooting for, they pulled it off. They fucking nailed it.
Yeah.
But it's coming in as like, what kind of green is this? This isn't olive. This is more
this is man, what would you call that? Like, I'm trying to think here. Trying to get my artistic juices flowing here.
Oh no, man! I gotta, if Bob Ross was painting this, he'd bring in a little of this and a little of that.
There's a happy little body panel here.
Yeah, happy little body panel here. I tell you what, I always like the Cougar.
It's like close to a lime green, but it's not.
Yeah, it's not that bright.
Yeah,
he brought a little. Yeah,
we're gonna call this an avocado.
Oh yeah. Inner avocado.
Inner avocado. The inside of an avocado. That's what that looks like.
Yeah. Now this here, when you get up underneath the engine bay, like the last one, we didn't really talk about it. I mean, we talked more about the engine itself. This one here, these...
They went full polish.
Yeah, they went full polished on this. They got a rowdy fucking intake on it.
Probably handmade. Almost reminds me of a Pontiac.
Yeah, like Pontiac, a shaker hood style.
Yeah, almost looks like a Pontiac grill.
Yeah. Well, the Cougar fucking... grills I've always liked, that and the tail lights.
I have a soft spot for Cougars.
Yeah, I tell you what, really fucking,
and a hard spot.
Settle the fuck down. Settle the fuck down.
I couldn't resist. You can edit it out. I don't care.
No, it's all good. It's all good. That's what I wanted. There it was. I had it on fucking mute. But no, actually, the Rust Valley Restores. Or Rust Valley, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? What are you doing?
My mic fell all of a sudden.
Jesus, I'm cutting you down. Just pause it. You good?
I don't know. I didn't touch it. It just fell.
Right. We were talking about your fucking hard wiener, and then it just fucking went limp. Hey-o. Ladies and gentlemen, Randy's single and ready to mingle.
How many times can we mention that in our podcast?
What, you're single?
And ready to mingle.
That was the first time.
No, it's the second.
This is the second?
It's the second time, yeah.
Anyways, I'm going to continue talking while Randy plays with his microphone. So... the Cougar, I started watching. Well, I didn't start. I was watching the Rust Valley guys up there in old Canada. We're bringing Randy back. Can you hear me, Randy?
Rust Valley Restorers. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and they did a cougar, and it was fucking badass, man.
I'm trying to remember. I watched that show. I watched that show when I was laid up. I'm trying to think.
Laid up.
I watched that show like
Lou's got the flu, and he's laid up, laid up, laid up, laid up.
fully through, start to finish.
Yeah, my mother-in-law, she wasn't a big. What's the word I'm looking for? She wasn't a big motorcycle gal. I was gonna fucking hot rodder by any means, but she loved that show, and I fucking every time I think of that show, I think about her.
Right.
But yeah, that cougar on that show, that thing, I never really paid attention to him too much, and that one kind of, I was like, you know what, I like this shit.
At first, I thought it was kind of like a gimmick kind of show. Like, I don't know, these guys are just kind of like throwing this shit together, and just it was kind of like it looked like they're filming in a junkyard pretty much.
Well,
but
I own the fucking biggest classic car junkyard I've ever seen.
I know, but I'm just saying,
it wasn't junk by any means from being in the fucking Rust Belt.
I mean, they had a right, and he had a lot of nice cars there, obviously, but it's just the way they're just like these, I don't know, just scrappy dudes that.
Well, fuck, they're awesome. They're fucking.
I was gonna say, like, eventually, like, I was like, these guys are fun to watch. You know what I mean?
Well, they're on YouTube nowadays. If anybody hasn't tuned into them, they just started their own YouTube channel, and they're doing some funny ass shit, but they're actually diving into more of like how they're doing things, what they're doing, shit like that, which is great. Which is exactly what we talked about in a previous episode.
Mm-hmm.
And Laramie. Knock it off. Fucking cat. It's not a chew toy. You filthy animal. Jesus. All right. And we're back. So back to this cougar. The one thing about these Ridler builds is a lot of it is the show. And when I mean show, it is how they're presented as well. So people spend a lot of time and a lot of thought into actually having these vehicles presented. So a lot of time and effort goes into their what do they call those? Stage or
yeah, they're
set up, I guess. Yeah, their display.
That's just pretty much what it is, just a display.
Yeah. Now this one here, they actually have a tire. A whole wheel. I
just saw that right before you said that.
A whole wheel cut in half, so you can see.
That's the first time I've seen that.
The brake setup, so it's got slotted and drilled fucking rotors, and chromed out everything. And this is pretty badass. It's got the wheel completely cut right in half.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, never seen that before.
And they still have it sitting on the wheel, so they have it sitting on the half wheel they have.
Yeah. Well, there's actually 54 fucking pictures in here. Oh, Haggerty to the rescue, man. I didn't realize there was more pictures. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, never mind. It's just a couple. It goes to everything else.
Oh.
Never mind. They fucking tricked me.
from what I could, I mean, it's a very good. It's a very classy color green on the interior. I see that. I'm looking at the interior right now. I can see they obviously used Classic Instruments gauges, just from the looks of them. I'm pretty sure that's Classic Instruments.
Well, the thing of it is, they brought in orange, just like the last car. There's an orange pinstripe that runs down it.
Did they?
In the spokes of the wheels.
Oh yeah.
Every other has a little
accent
orange
color
to it.
for sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got
I don't mind this orange, and in this case, it's green and orange. I know,
it's subtle.
It's a subtle orange. It's not in your face. I mean, I'm not really a fan of orange in general, but on certain things,
I was born with orange fucking hair, Randy. Hey-o. Shout out to all the fucking redheads, because we are the minority that nobody talks about. Any fucking ways.
Crazy people. All right.
Right.
But so far, I'm liking this car as well. They actually paid attention to previous Ridler builds. They actually shaved the tires. I see that.
Yep.
And they, chrome the rotors, which you don't always have to do, obviously. If you heard our previous episode, you don't have to chrome the rotors. They just have to be new and not used. And then I see the rotors are also chromed.
Looks like the whole lower section, they did a whole piece of chrome that runs the whole length of the very low rocker.
Oh, like the lower trim down there. Mm-hmm.
I like the interior as far as the design of the design with the chrome accents and everything.
It's a very classic.
Oh yeah,
style
classic,
interior,
big time. Plus, it's got a fucking nice wooden steering wheel that just pops right out.
Yeah,
it's only wood in the car.
Right. Obviously, this car.
No, there is some more wood. Never mind.
Yeah, there's a lot of wood. Obviously, this car is not going to win the Ridler just because there's not as much. There's a lot of engineering in this car as far as the body itself. I mean, obviously, they put a Mustang style roof and stretching of the what was it, the front or rear stretching of the
rear quarters,
wider and longer rear quarters. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of metal work involved in this, and that's fun. That's great, and they won the grade 8 for a reason. It's a very nice car, but I do not.
Randy doesn't think that it's going to win.
I don't know. This is
mark his words.
Not going to win just because it's not over the top. It's not. It's not. Which we'll get into later with another car. But
I think the whole package was well done. I mean,
the whole package is well done.
I'm not familiar with the Cougars by any means.
No, the package is well done. The car is well built. You can see that for sure. It's just, the engine bay is very basic. It's, they polished everything and that's fine, but like everything's basic as far as the engine bay goes.
I'm assuming, like you said, the intake is handcrafted. It looks like.
Yeah, for sure. But it doesn't exactly, as far as the engine bay, it doesn't really flow. It's just kind of there.
Well, it's a very stock looking vehicle.
Yeah, very stock looking vehicle.
If you didn't know any better, you would just be like, "This is a really fancy car."
Yeah,
a really fancy stock car, but. That's the fucking thing about these cars, man. They're done so well that they just look, that's the way it's supposed to be.
They have a great presentation. And I like what they did. They brought the wood in with the display and everything. I mean, the display doesn't really affect the judging all that much, but it's a good display.
Well, you know what? We're going to talk about this owner because it says owner, designer, and builder. J.F. Lanier. You know what? How about I don't fucking try to pronounce this shit?
Lanier.
Lanier. They're from Vancouver, British Columbia. So I have no fucking idea.
Lee Baxter's Hot Rod.
Yes, the interior.
That's the interior. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah.
No, good for him. If
this ain't a builder, if this ain't like a fucking high-end builder or a high-end shop, I mean, this is fucking immaculate.
Right. So I don't know. I've never heard of that. I've heard of him before, so it's he could be anybody, I guess. But
I don't know. I'm gonna fucking Google it, see if he's fucking anybody.
But he did a very good job. If it was just him, and
I'm sure
he got some help here and there. Obviously, he got somebody to do the interior and
JF Customs.
JF Customs.
Yep.
Oh, so he does. He builds chassis. Okay.
Yeah.
I see that now. JF Lanier builds JF custom chassis. Okay. So he
wait a minute. Is this the guy who did the Chevy 2 a couple years back?
I'm not sure.
This is the dude. This is the dude who came up. I think this is the guy. Yeah, this is the guy off of Rust Valley.
No shit.
Yeah, this is that dude from Rust Valley. I think that's what he looks like.
What's his name? Oh, I'm looking at it right here.
Yeah, he's the one who built that Nova. Remember, I told you about that Nova that had pictures out and they were going to disqualify him and shit? That's him, man.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we got a story going on here.
Yeah.
He's back.
He's back, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. So when was that?
So,
that would have been 18-ish, maybe.
Well, I'm glad he got a grade 8.
Yeah, fucking forgive me for saying I didn't know who you were, buddy. I totally apologize. Trying to keep track of all the fucking builders. What do you want from me, man? I'm fucking live in the middle of the fucking BFE,
Seriously.
Indiana. I drink coffee with cats and walk 25 steps and build hot rods. Settle the fuck down.
We live under a rock, I guess.
Yeah, I live under a rock, and I don't,
that.
and I
All
love
right.
the fact that I do. So, cheers to that. But hey, man, you know that Nova had a running on that shit too.
He's like, I'm coming back for a vengeance. I'm
Yeah.
building this thing in my bathroom. Nobody's going to be there.
well, no, he's got a whole setup, man.
Oh, okay.
They showed it on that the Rust Valley Restores because Rust Valley actually came in and was they videoed this
white
Nova.
It was the white Nova.
Yeah,
the white with the orange and everything.
yeah, they
Yep.
videoed that Nova.
I saw that in person. I saw that. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
because I was at. I'm okay. Yeah, that's all coming back to me. I was at Detroit when that car was there.
yeah, I was there too.
Yeah, we were both there.
That was
Yep.
the last year
Yep.
that I was on the circuit with all that shit.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So he's back. Okay. Yeah, good for you. I'm rooting for you, man.
Yeah. Now Randy is wanting that to win now. He's gone from it ain't winning to fucking let's go, baby.
I mean, I still don't think it's winning, but I'm glad he got a grade 8. It's a very nice car.
I tell you what, though, man, it's nice.
It is nice, but
Orange must be his color because
yeah, he must like orange because it was in both of those. Now
Right.
now that I'm remembering all this.
yeah, it's all coming back to Randy. Thank God. Thank God his microphone works and we're back in action. So
All right, so let's move on. To the next
moving
one
on,
here.
1953 Corvette Coupe 12 Air.
So I wonder who actually wrote this headline here for this. Is it actually supposed to be the Corvair?
Well, 12 Air. It's
12 Air.
They're calling this a Corvette Coupe, but it's supposed to be
12. So I wonder if they accidentally put Corvette in there, not thinking because it looks like a Corvette, but it's actually supposed to be 12 Air because it has a V12 in it, but it's based on the Corvair concept.
right. Well, if you're not on Facebook and you're not part of the Facebook group,
Well, see, yeah.
let's see here.
I mean, the Hot Rod Shows also calls it a Chevrolet Custom Coupe. I'm not sure I think it's just people are assuming that it was. I mean, obviously, it ended up being the Corvette, but
Here we go. So they just posted something today. 5 years. So basically, we're going to talk about who built this fucking car because it's the man, the myth, the legend.
and this is going to be the winner here, no doubt about it.
Well, I mean, I'm not going to say who's I think's going to be the winner, but let's face it.
I'm saying that because it's just the way it is.
If it's not that Corvette, then it's going to be this one. That Corvette's the shit, man. I'm telling you, that fucking Corvette is sweet.
It's a nice vet.
This thing here was built by Dave Kindig and the boys out there at the old Kindig Designs. I'm gonna read a little blurb here about this car. 5 years of keeping a closely guarded secret, Kindig Design is thrilled to finally unveil to our fans and supporters the culmination of our passion and dedication. 12 Air is inspired by a Corvette-based Corvair concept car displayed at the 1953 GM Motorama. It's all coming back around, ladies and gentlemen. So this thing here, I'm not going to read anymore because I'm not. So this car here is a fucking, I don't know what to say. I mean, if you've watched Dave Kindig and all of his shit, you know what's coming out. And if he spent 5 years on this, I mean, come on. First of all, there is a fucking V12 in this hog,
Which is an LS-based V12.
which is a monster. So who knows what's running horsepower-wise and torque-wise. But the very first thing I notice on this car is...
I'm pretty sure they haven't even dynoed it. At least in the car, obviously. But maybe they did. Maybe they did when the engine was built. I don't know.
I don't know. The first thing that pops out at me is these fucking wheels right off the bat.
Well, they're EVOD wheels.
They're big 5-spoke sons of bitches, and I mean, they are big.
Yeah, EVOD makes some nice wheels. They make some nice product.
Yeah, and, you know, if This looks, if you've watched any of the Kindig or Bitchin' Rides, he's producing a Corvette nowadays that the front end is very similar. The rest of the car, not so much. There's a couple subtle things that I can see, but I'm not even going to fucking talk about. But this car, the lines
are incredible on this car.
The lines are well thought out. The bumper and the back end, it's a 3-piece bumper that's just tucked right into the car. It looks like the taillight system it's popping off the fucking car. It's like that wing system, but it's not. You know, I don't know how to describe it. You're just gonna have to fucking take a look at it. But this thing is razor sharp, straight. The depth of this fucking paint is out of this world.
The one thing that this car, like, if I could pick one word to describe this car, it's tight.
Tight.
Everything's tight.
Yeah.
Like, the bumpers are tight. The chrome is tight. The stainless is tight. Whatever they got going on.
Well, look at the independent rear end, man.
Probably handmade stainless, most likely.
Look at the independent rear on this fucking thing, right?
Oh, yeah. Hand-formed stainless. Oh, stainless steel. Yeah, stainless steel. Yep. Hand-formed stainless. Got wheel woods. All aluminum body.
Look at the rear end, man. Just look at the fucking rear end. And they got the exhaust coming right out the middle of the ass end. Woo. But the one biggest thing, I mean, look at...
I wonder what rear end they're using. It's obviously a independent suspension. It's a independent rear suspension. I wonder what the...
I have no idea. That's probably something they engineered.
Either that or they used a base off of something and then they just built around it and made their own...
I don't know, man, because that...
I mean, obviously, we can't even see it because there's like panels covering it. You can see they bolted a panel on their bottom there.
Right.
I wonder if they're going to make them take that down.
I have no idea. I don't care. Look at the fucking exhaust and the way it flows with the underneath of the damn thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, a lot of people would look at these pictures and just be like, oh, that's nice. But look down in the fucking mirrors, man, and follow that exhaust running right up through. Whew, yeehaw, I tell you what. Plus, they got nice lights in the fucking setup, man. Look at the lights running down the little staged area. Anyways, moving on.
Yeah, we did that with the 31.
The interior. What?
We literally did that with the 31 Chevy.
They must have stole it then. Oh, somebody's going to be mad. Somebody's going to be mad.
Right.
Fucking, yeah. Anyways, the interior, dude, the steering wheel is so original, classic, and
but it's squared off.
Modern,
it's like a square shape. It almost reminds me of the old Chrysler.
Yeah.
The Imperial.
Yes. Early 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The gauges are pretty wild.
I'm guessing Dakota Digital. Custom made, obviously.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about
I'm guessing Dakota Digital.
That's all I'm going to say about those gauges because I'm not
crazy about it. I like the outside design. I'm not crazy about the actual layout.
I mean, I'm sure it looks better in person, obviously.
Right, but I'm just saying
there's no tick marks, no nothing. Everything's just kind of floating.
Yeah. I'd like to see what it looks like lit up.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, probably.
Yeah.
So they got just little chrome trim rings around everything. Where, just like, if you look in the interior of this, the first thing I noticed when looking in the interior of this fucking thing is they made a chrome trim piece that goes around the whole dash, where the dash meets the windshield. Just these subtle touches that not very many people look at. And this is why we're doing this, because
I look at it. I'm not crazy about the way this interior is fitting here.
This guy's just fucking picking everything apart.
What? I mean, I'm saying what we like and don't like.
I haven't said anything about what I don't like. Randy's just picking it all apart.
No, I'm not.
He's picking at it like a fucking scratchy ass.
No, I'm just pointing out things that people might not see. That's all.
Right.
I do like this door panel. I love this trim. Maybe it could be a little bit bigger, but I do like this trim style here.
I tell you what, my favorite part about this whole car is the fucking body lines from front to back. Man.
Yeah, the body lines are incredible.
I want to see this thing with the hood down.
Obviously we will at some point, but I would like to see this car in person, and I would I'm thinking this is probably one of the most beautiful cars that I've seen in a long time.
This is a piece of artwork, and the killer or the kicker, man. Here's the kicker. Look at dude. If you're on Haggerty, they didn't do justice for this thing. They didn't even. They took pictures of the crew spit shining the fucking thing. Like, who cares? Like, I understand it's kin digging the boys, but for fuck's sake,
it's not about them.
All the rest are all about the pictures of the cars.
That's the whole point of this Ridler award. It's not supposed to be about the builders. It's just about the car. That's it.
Well, I mean, they could have had a couple more pictures of the car. Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's
you can take all the pictures you want of these guys because they are who the fuck they are. Let's face it.
We know who this is.
If this was Chip Foose, it'd be no different, man.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just the way it is. But yeah, Haggerty, step up your game here. Take some pictures of the fucking cars. But that's why we're on Instagram.
You got pictures of Kev Dog there and just looking inside the car. Like, I don't want to see that. I've seen them on TV. I want to see the car. Like, show pictures of the interior of the car. I have to look up on Instagram to see interiors of the car.
Yeah. We're not ranking on anybody from Kindig. We're ranking on Haggerty for not showing pictures of the fucking car.
Exactly.
If I was fucking Dave and shit, I'd probably be the same. Dave's probably like, I don't need a picture of me. Show my fucking car. Come on now.
I just spent the last couple years.
5 fucking years. 5 fucking years, and you put my fucking goofy ass on here. Show my car.
Right. No kidding.
Anyways,
I see that.
Back to the fucking car.
Back to the car. I do see in the back, I like what they did with the suspension here. They did a cantilever setup. I'm not sure how they tied it into everything, but I
feel like that piece goes up and down.
It does. It looks like it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's got Will written all over it, man.
Yeah. That's badass. That's definitely what that is.
Yeah, because there's a lock and everything over there in the corner, it looks like. You see the handle for the lock?
No, I'm not seeing it.
Look above the passenger seat, or look above the driver's seat where the bar comes up. That looks like a little handle that you twist.
Okay, I got you.
I could be completely fucking wrong. Yeah, I am completely fucking wrong. If you look at the other side, I'm wrong.
It's the same way. Okay.
It's just the way that the chrome is.
Maybe it's like a double lever folding. Anyway, I'm not. It looks like it folds. What's the word I'm looking for? Thanks. Pivots down.
Right.
Pivot.
We don't need to get into that fucking conversation again.
Elliot hates friends.
Like I said, we're not getting into that shit.
Anyway, it's kind of hard to see the rest of the underside of the car too. I'm like looking around, trying to see.
Yeah, but this V12, I mean, there's
amazing. This intake, this cross, like it's the same. Actually, it's the same basic setup as that other Corvette. Funny enough,
yeah.
It's funny how things how things work out like that.
Well, I mean, this individual throttle body is where the fuck it's at nowadays, man.
Yeah, but you don't see anything. You don't see that. You don't see anything that controls throttle bodies at all.
No, this is just here.
Everything's smooth. They must be hidden in there, and like everything must be hidden on the inside, where you can't see it. But you don't see anything on this engine other than what it is.
Well, look at the valve cover. Where it just says 12 air, and it's like
painted purple too.
Yeah, but it's off of it. It's up and off, and this is made. That's not painted. That's fucking made.
Oh, is it like? Is it maybe? Oh, that's just a reflection of the chrome or stainless or whatever it is. It's just a reflection. My bad. It's not purple. I see that now. But obviously, it's bolted from the inside of the rocker covers.
Probably.
But I mean, that's all I can see. I'm sure we'll find more, but
it's badass, man. Dude, it is. I can't say enough about this car. Like, it is definitely.
Yeah, but just like anything, just like any car, this, like I said, this is probably one of the most beautiful cars I've seen. I want to see this in person someday. And I have seen these cars in person, actually, at SEMA, but
not this one.
Not this one with the roof line. And actually, I did see a video saying that is not glass in there.
Where?
In the car. It's not glass. the windshield and the rear window with that shape that rear window has, it's not glass.
We haven't even talked about the rear window. Dude, the rear window is like a double bubble.
Yeah, it's polycarbonate.
It's like fucking cleavage.
It's polycarbonate. I just watched a video on it. It's not even glass.
It's like cleavage.
They said they tried to make it out of glass, but it kept either breaking or they couldn't make the mold. They were saying that like the mold was like the glass maker couldn't get the glass made within a 1/4 inch of tolerance.
Right.
Like it was a bit.
There was just too much going on.
There was going to be too much difference. Like a 1/4 inch either way. So they couldn't make it to that shape. So they had to use polycarbonate. Apparently, that's what I found earlier today. Actually,
well, so I didn't even realize they were making shit like that, and I was investigating because this 67 C10 that we're doing, he wants flush mount glass, and there's a company in Texas that's doing exactly what Randy's talking about for the flush mount glass because of the curvature and everything. And let's just put it this way, it's fucking not cheap. Not cheap at all.
How much do you think that rear window costs?
I don't know. Just that rear window, probably $5,000-$6,000. But if they tried it multiple times, who fucking knows?
Well, like I said, the video I watched said they tried it like a few times with like actual glass,
right? And
it kept not working out.
I have no idea. I mean, I'm just taking stabs in the dark here. I'm just going off of the 67 C10. This is a custom hand job.
Yeah.
So I'm multiplying it by at least 2 to 3, 3 times as much. Cause that, I think it's like $1,500 just for the front glass, at least maybe $2,000, something like that.
Right.
So, I mean, I was thinking $5,000 and that's probably fucking low.
But other than that car being like amazing, it's, you can only build a car so well, and there are imperfections. I see a couple, but it's with a Ridler or competing for the Ridler award, like you're going to have imperfections here and there. The judges will find them.
It's their job.
It's their job. It's just what they do is they'll kind of mark tallies on what they find, and they'll jot it down, and they'll go over to the other judges and kind of converse and kind of go back and forth on what they found and what another group found, and they'll talk about it during the day while the show's going on, and
they ain't finding much, Randy.
No, they ain't I'm sure they're not finding much, but I'm sure they're going to find a couple things. It's just how it goes. I mean,
this thing's pretty damn close to flawless, if a car could possibly be.
Well, we're looking at it in pictures, so we don't really know, but the judges will know, and I
can fucking pick a lot out of fucking pictures. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I found 1 or 2 things.
I think the interior's kind of nice and subtle. I'm not a big, interior's got to do there's got to be a lot. I don't know. I'm not a fucking interior guy.
Interior has to flow just as much to the outside of the car.
Yeah,
the interior has to flow with the car.
I think the interior's done nice. Like I said, I'm not an interior guy, but I feel like they did a pretty good job.
The interior,
is it my favorite? No.
But
I said,
really.
I don't fucking like interior. Like, okay, I like sitting in them. I
think
like driving cars while sitting in interiors.
I think the center console is kind of basic.
I like how they got the hideaway shit.
Yeah, the hideaway's nice. That's always nice. It
looks comfortable with that center console.
It does. It looks really comfortable. I don't see any cup holders though.
Any beer holders?
Yeah.
Hey-o.
Cold snacks.
Right.
For the people that know.
We don't live in central Pennsylvania anymore. It's not it's not early 2000s.
Yeah, well, like I said, the door panels are nice. The trim in the center of the door panel actually kind of matches the grill in a way, but it's different. So it does flow with the car.
Well, the license plate is inserted into the back of the car too.
Yeah, that's nothing new, but they've done it pretty well.
Yeah, it's just everything that they did to this car is.
Like I said, it's tight. Everything fits really tight. Like all the chrome, the stainless, whatever they got going on. If there is any chrome on this car, if it's all stainless, it all fits really nice.
I have no idea. They probably, I would go. Chrome's overrated anymore.
No, it is.
And the only reason I'm saying it's overrated is because it's fucking pricier in hell. It's like you can, for the amount of money that you're going to put into Chrome, 25, 30 fucking grand.
Right.
It's unbelievable, man.
And obviously they're keeping up with times with the matte finishes against polished paint. It just gives a good contrast.
Yeah, it does.
Always gives a good contrast. I always like that look.
Yeah. So best of luck with these guys. Like I said, that I feel like if this car wasn't in the running, I think that Corvette would fucking have it.
Yeah, I mean, this, like I said, and so here's another thing. This car is engineered to, this is what the Ridler judges look for when they're talking about engineering, because this is an all aluminum unibody.
This is an engineering masterpiece.
This is coach built, like,
fuck yeah,
like serious shit, really serious shit.
Well,
and not to mention the V12 LS 9.9.
Oh,
holy shit! Yeah, there you go. But okay. So I'm right here. Fucking transmission, late model Corvette, automatic rear transaxle. Okay, so it's basically a Corvette drive line.
Did we not talk about that?
Well, we were guessing on it, but
Okay.
but I'm just kind of going through and rereading this kind of stuff. And yeah, hand formed stainless steel, custom inboard, push rod setup. Okay, Willwood discs, sure. That's on everything nowadays, but
Except for the Corvette fucking one.
right.
Which is surprising, if we're comparing this Corvette with the other Corvette, which we're not.
No, this is.
I'm surprised this doesn't have like a Corvette setup like that. In all honesty.
Well, yeah,
just
right.
to stick it with just to keep with the Corvette fucking thing.
Yeah, I don't know. It's decisions of the designer or whatever, or the owner. Who knows? Could be whatever.
Right. Well, I'm assuming if Willwood's going to give me a whole set of fucking brakes, the best they got, I'll take them. Fucking put it on anything.
Yeah. All right, let's moving on. So next,
wait, one more thing.
One more thing. Oh, sorry. Okay.
The very first thing that fucking blew my mind on this car, the very first thing was, it wasn't any of these pictures, but the fucking windshield and the chrome trim that runs the whole way around the windshield.
I wonder if it can't
around.
It can't be one piece, is it? It can't be.
No, I don't think so.
No,
can't be. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how the door opens.
I'd have to.
Well, no. So the door opens. So maybe that is the whole way up and around the hood.
No, I see. I mean, around the windshield. I don't know. I'd have to get another picture of it, but it's definitely two piece going back above the windows.
Well, all I know is that was what blew my mind from the very get.
Right.
Was that because it is flawless. It's not like on the car. It is in the car. It is part of the car.
Right.
It's not like it's trim. It's like it's just
pictures. I can't find any good pictures. I'd have to see it either in person or somebody with good pictures.
It's phenomenal. That's my choice. If we're gonna fucking choose, Randy, that's my choice.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't Dave Kindig and those boys building this son of a bitch.
Oh, so I know I was trying to move on, but I'm going to mention one more thing.
Holy moly!
No, because I thought about this earlier and I forgot about it, and then I just saw the picture and I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that. So one thing that I do not like about modern hot rods these days is everybody goes with the drilled and slotted rotors, and that's fine if you're trying to race your car, but like for a show car or something like this, you don't need that. And
it's the look.
And well, hear me out here.
I'm trying. I'm confused already.
I think it's not as timeless as we think, and I think that if you're going for a
what would you rather have? Would you just want flat fucking rotors for fuck's sake?
Let me finish here.
You need to have some sort of mechanical look here.
Right, I agree, but you don't. I think drilled rotors are a time in the past for high end, like multi-$100,000 or even $1 million cars. I think it takes away from the actual look of the. So look at this. If anybody's actually listening to this and actually looks this stuff up.
They should be. We told them to.
Look at, and I'm going to applaud Dave for this because this is probably his idea. They didn't go with the drilled and slotted. They went with like some kind of a different kind of like it's a slotted design, but it's not like full on drilled, and
Oh, I see it.
It doesn't take away from the smooth look of the car, like the elegant look. I don't think drilled and slotted rotors look elegant on these cars. I really do not. If I like a slotted look, if it's not,
yeah. It's like a combo pack. It's like slotted but drilled.
Yeah, it's almost like ball. What would you call it? Like a.
What does that say? Does that?
What
are these Chevrolet? No, you said they're Willwoods, right?
These are Willwood brakes.
I wonder, what's it say on the cover there? Does it say Core 12 Air?
That's probably the 12 Air thing.
Yeah, right.
Most likely, it probably had engraved or something.
Right.
Maybe it's some kind of like ball engraving on the rotors, but it's different. That's the first time I've seen that.
Well, it looks like slotted, but
it looks like slotted, but
they're drilled like every couple millimeters.
And that's what I'm saying. Like that looks good on a car like this, on a high end Ridler build. Like, I don't think you should be drilling. I don't think I don't think it fits the car. It's not a race car.
See, that's one more thing. That's one more thing that they attention to detail right there. The judges are going to see that.
Right.
You saw that. I overlooked that shit. You know what I mean? I'm too busy looking at every other fucking thing that's fucking beautiful.
Well, and
you're like, you know what? These sons of bitchin' fucking thingers.
That's because
I tell you,
going to these shows the last couple of years, I've kind of noticed that, and I was like, you know what? Like, it's overdone now. And
my God, Randy bitched, and it's only a couple.
Look, I noticed, and somebody did it. I'm glad somebody like went away from that, because
I wish somebody was here all week to hear you talk about. I want to go to the show. Go.
Anyway, now we're moving on.
Yeah, moving on. 1959 Chrysler 300E. They're calling it the 1000X.
That's kind of neat. This is a cool looking car.
This is a cool car. Right off the bat, big. Okay, I helped build a 57 Chrysler Imperial, which was built off of the 300.
Right.
Which was also what the fuck was that? Horror flick? The horror flick.
Oh, the
Christine.
The Christine, yeah.
Yeah, Christine. If you haven't watched Christine, you don't have to, but just know that it's about a red car that kills people. And if you want to watch the coolest fucking movie of cars killing people, the greatest soundtrack ever to a movie, Emilio Estevez was in it, and it was called Maximum Overdrive. It's when 18-wheelers and shit.
Dude, I remember watching that as a kid. Actually kind of scared me.
Kind
for a while.
Fuck, I'm still terrified. If I see that clown fucking 18-wheeler coming down the road, I'm going to turn off.
Yeah,
right now.
No thing. Oh, that reminds me. Did you ever watch Joyride with Paul Walker? It was also about a kind of like a horror flick with but it was a crazy truck driver.
No.
Okay.
You're asking a guy who doesn't watch movies if I watch a fucking movie.
You hate movies.
Was it The Grinch? I saw that. Was it Smokey and the Bandit? Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
Was it only the greatest Christmas movie ever? Vegas? Yeah, Vegas Vacation. Christmas Vacation?
Wow. Yeah, Christmas
Vacation. You know what? I want to drink more beer and go watch fucking Christmas.
All right. First, let me ask you, like, what's your first impressions of this car here?
Okay, my first impression is it's fucking big. And, okay, first thing that catches my eye is the fact that the chrome ain't there. The chrome ain't there.
No, there's no chrome on this car.
This car is matte finish, and where the chrome's supposed to be, it's all matte, like a dirty gray,
sounds like a green gray, like a greenish gray.
That's your fucking phone doing funny stuff again. That's purple. It made with purple.
Purple.
No shit, it wasn't. It was chrome.
It was. I saw it was a reflection of the chrome or polished or whatever. I acknowledge that. Okay, so let's move on from that.
My fucking head hurts. Anyways, I'm trying to find this car.
Where'd it go?
Why isn't it on Motorama or Autorama or fucking whatever the hell this is? Okay, I found it. It's a very shiny car. paintwork is deep as hell,
the
man.
first picture, biggest picture you see on Haggerty here, like it's a big car, and it's hard to make a big car look flat.
Okay, put things into perspective. That's probably at least an 8-foot quarter panel.
Jesus, it's huge.
And ooh-wee, man, this thing's fucking nice. See, the thing of it is, you're getting our initial reactions, at least mine, because I haven't seen any of these cars. The only one I saw...
This is really the first time we're looking at them, other than...
the only one that I saw was old Ken Diggett, and that's just because I got a buddy who fucking sent me some pictures of it.
Well, I looked at the Impala because I used to work there.
There
is chrome on this car in the back. See that?
Yeah, there is a subtle touch.
I wonder if the front...
Is that chrome?
No,
I don't think that's chrome, man. I think that's just reflection in the paint.
Is that just reflection in the paint?
That's exactly what that is.
Damn. Okay.
That's a nice reflection.
That's a nice reflection. Yeah.
That's impressive.
I'm going to give my first impression here, and it's the taillights.
Yeah.
These taillights are badass.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I love this.
That's the fucking, that was the Chrysler, that was that era.
Well, the LED that they did is incredible. Like this, I want to see this in person. Just the taillights.
The trunk is fucking nicely done. Subtle, nice.
Yeah, it's subtle. It got a nice design to it. It's got a nice, like, what is that, like a hexagon design in there?
Yeah, it's got a
honeycomb design.
Full-blown custom, okay, nobody probably noticed this, but that is a custom latch, I believe, just to close the fucking trunk in there.
I see that. Hold on. Okay. The only thing I'm kind of finding weird is like where the gas fill is. It's like way up there.
In the trunk?
You got to reach the whole way into the front of the trunk just to fill your gas.
Right.
I don't know if I like that. I wouldn't be like...
Well, I'm never going to drive this car, let alone to a fucking gas station, so I'm good. I'll be all right.
But, I mean, this car's not going to win really much either because...
What are you talking about? This is a nice fucking car.
Yeah, we'll go to the engine bay. There's nothing there. It's just flat panels.
Are you going to read this off, or are you just going to talk about it?
No, I'm not reading it off.
I'll read it off then.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
Writing it off. I'm not writing it off. That's what I thought you said.
Okay, the builder's American Legends. Owner, yeah.
You can't even say that.
Yeah, I can't even, yeah.
Cult Farber? I don't know.
Anyways, interior, it's Patrick Goodwin, custom Spark steering wheel, Dakota digital gauges, custom console, swiveling bucket seats.
Which is pretty cool, actually.
3D printed door panels, custom leather upholstery, and suede headliner. Now, talking about that swiveling bucket seats, they had that option in these fucking cars, man.
That's
so
awesome.
That could be stock.
Wow, then they put that honeycomb in the
could be
in
stock.
the carpet.
Let me finish reading.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So about 50 modifications, including reshape the pillars and doors, tuck the bumpers.
Hold on. I want to follow along with this because I want to look at everything while you're reading it off. Okay, go ahead.
Over 50 mods, or about 50 mods. I'm not sure. The guy who was doing the interviewing, he wasn't too particular. So he's just putting about
50 mods.
About 50 mods. Okay. So give or take.
Plus or minus
50. Okay. That's about how fucking clear it is, Haggerty. Jesus, man. Stick to selling insurance overpriced. Anyways, about 50 mods, including reshaped pillars and doors, tuck bumpers, lots of one-off 3D printed parts, factory glass is flush fitted. Which I was going to talk about that.
Which means they welded the edges. Right?
Settle down. We're going to get to it. Now that we know that it's factory glass. Custom carbon fiber on the wheels, 1,000 horsepower, 6.2 Chrysler Hellcat V8 with a custom stainless steel exhaust for all you Mopar freaks out there. Oh, yeah. It's a Hellcat. Hell yeah, brother.
Powered behind a Tremec T56.
That's right. Brakes are Willwood Customs. Air shocks with rear cantilever dampeners.
Okay.
That's nifty.
Yeah.
So anyways, on to this. Randy wanted us to look at the fucking engine bay, so we're headed to the engine bay.
I'm just saying I don't think that's why it's going to win.
Like I was saying, these these Chryslers, so this 57 Chrysler that I worked on it. That's all. I didn't have any other part in it whatsoever. All I did was work on it. I'm not going to take any credit for, any part of it other than I worked on it.
Right.
So, these cars, I wasn't born in 57, so I didn't build them or design them this way. This is just the way it is. This fucking car had every option except for the record player. So it was the first year it had rear defrost, first year for a rear fucking speaker. It had a 6-foot telescopic fucking radio antenna and stuff. I mean, it was just amazing. There was a button on the floor, which I thought was the start, the push start on the floor. Turns out when you pushed it, it automatically ran the AM radio until it caught a fucking station.
Found something. Well, okay.
Which was amazing. Auto seeking.
In 57?
In 57. And in order to shift this car, it was on the dash.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, and drive.
Yeah, that was
basically 1, 2, and 3.
It was a push button, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a push button. And in order to start it, you push neutral in. And it started it right up. So that gives you an idea of what we're dealing with here. Now, when I was doing research for these cars, I know that this option was part of these cars in the Chrysler lineup.
The rotating seat.
Yeah, the rotating seat. So, like, you want to talk about lazy son of a bitch. You don't even have to crawl out of this car. You just turn the seat and step outside. It's fucking awesome.
So for all you El Camino owners, you weren't the first.
Yeah, you weren't the first. You're not going to be the last, because I guarantee you Tesla's going to fucking put something in there.
Yeah.
It's going to have the robots put it in for you and take all the fucking jobs from the working fucking blue collar guy. Anyways.
Just listen to the last episode if you want to get into that.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah, this quarter panel is fucking massive. It's like a football field.
Yeah, as far as bodywork goes, this son of a bitch has to be, fuck painting in black. This needs to be perfect.
Like I'm seeing from the pictures anyway, like it looks pretty flat. Like
I like the Randy mentioned about the honeycomb shit while I was trying to discuss this thing. And it is fucking nice, man. This is a nice car. I mean, all these cars are going to be fucking smoking fine.
Yeah. And did you notice the rotors?
Yeah, you're telling me about them right now. This son of a bitch is laying frame too. This son of a bitch is on the fucking ground.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now this type of setup was just like the Corvette we just talked about, where half of it has a stage where it looks like it's on the ground, and then you go around to the other side and you can see the whole fucking setup.
I'm going to mention the display real quick. I like the red carpet, and then I like the lit up mirrors they have.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
I haven't seen that yet. But obviously they got to pull those out when the judges come. So they got to be able to.
It's probably battery powered. I like that the wheel's just sitting there.
Well, there's some cables. I don't know. Yeah.
I like that the wheel's just kind of sitting there like you're changing a tire type of deal. It's a nice, like, on Haggerty, there's a nice fucking shot on the corner.
For the people who don't really realize, like, how, like, in-depth it is to put a car up on a stand like this, it takes a lot of patience.
Fucking nerve-wracking.
It's very nerve-wracking. It's
well, not only that, just
you get at least 3 gray hairs putting something like this up.
So their front driver's side tire ain't on the damn thing, and it's literally being held up by
a stanchion
that is attached to the lugs. If you don't know what I'm talking about, like I said, get on fucking.
Yeah. So when you look up and you see, don't try this at home, folks. This is what we're talking about, because you literally have to jack this car up, and you can't use jack stands because you don't want to scratch up the paint unless you use something fancy. Unless you usually people like builders make something special for these kind of occasions. Like we had to make a special, or not we, but they had to make a special jack plate to go under the rear end to jack it up so it doesn't scratch it or move on you on carpet. So you have to like put plywood down or sheet metal down or whatever the hell you want to use so the jack actually rolls while you're jacking the thing up. And then if as long as that all goes well, you got to take the tire off, put the stanchion on with it just on a jack instead of putting on jack stands. It's I wouldn't say it's very safe to do this kind of stuff, but it's they are professionals, so they get it done.
Yeah, professional. Yeah, we'll call it professional. You know what the crazy thing is? The fucking driver's side. Not only is the front on a stanchion, look at the back. Look at the back tire. That thing's on fucking a toothpick.
Oh, you're talking about the
like that whole driver's side is literally like
the riser.
Blow on that fucking thing and it's gonna fall over.
Yeah, right.
That's some wild shit.
Yeah, I just love these taillights, man. They're nice.
Yeah, that reminds me of Elvis, man.
Right. I wonder if they're like fiber optic in there or not. Sometimes these guys are doing that.
No, because if you look at the one picture, it's definitely an LED strip.
Oh, okay. I can't wait to use some of my fiber optic shit. I can't wait for that.
So as far as the engine bay goes, this has it's got a fucking Hellcat. I think the reason that they left it as open as they did is because it's a fucking big monstrous fucking Hellcat.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get why they did it because I don't know, either that or they just didn't want to spend the time on making something that covered the engine up. They just wanted something smooth. It's all about the design and what they're going for. It could be a reason behind it, but it's just not over-engineered, in my opinion. So I don't think. Well,
if you fucking want to talk about engineering of the engine bay, fuck. So for those of you that aren't familiar with these Chryslers back in the fucking mid to late 50s, you had a lot of times you had 3 options for fucking Hemis, man, and more than likely that's why they put this son of a bitch in here. But so they had their setup, they custom made, like Chrysler was all about fucking being out of the ordinary. That's why Mopar guys are as fucking Fruit Looped and freaked out as what they are because they're fucking in a world of their own, right?
That's one way of putting it.
Yeah, and so their fucking valve covers, their plug wires would go through the valve covers all the way down in. And they actually engineered these valve covers for this fucking Hellcat to do the exact same thing, man. You see that?
I see. Yeah, I do see that. Yep.
Yeah, so they took that engineering from that era and put it right into that. So, I mean, I'm assuming this lid on here, this kind of looks one-off type of deal, probably. I don't know. But
yeah, I'm not sure. Not too familiar with newer Hemis.
Yeah, their intake system, like this is totally straight up for the performance.
Yeah, you know what? And I was thinking about this earlier. Like it's such a big car, and they put a manual transmission in there, like it's a like you're actually going to drive this car.
Well, the crazy thing is this Hellcat looks small in this fucking engine bay. That's how big this fucking engine bay is.
Yeah, it does look small, doesn't it?
Yeah, but everything's smooth. Everything's just smooth. Period.
Well, see, and I'm not sure about the whole, because like it's smooth, but it's not on the inside of the car. Because like there's so much texture on the inside of the car, but then they didn't do that in the engine bay.
Yeah, but the outside's smooth, like
right. So I'm assuming they went with the engine bay for like the outside of the car to make it like look at like the outside of the car, and that's fine. I just don't think there's much engineering in there. It's all it is just flat sheet metal.
Well, I mean, I just talked about the fucking valve covers having to be completely engineered and have these plugs.
Well, I know that. I know that. I'm just saying, like, as far as the aesthetics of the actual engine bay, not just the engine itself.
Right. Well, okay. So you want to talk about engineering? It's fucking stock fucking glass that's flush mounted, which we had touched on a heartbeat of. If you're not familiar with this glass is fucking out of control.
I'm sure they did that because they couldn't find any glass. You know what I mean? Well, like they either had to do what Kindig did and get it made from polycarbonate. Maybe they didn't want to go that route, but maybe they probably couldn't find anybody that could make glass for them, and they had to use their stock glass, which they would, make it flush with metal.
It's a fucking spaceship is what it is. And those pillars, man, like if you haven't seen these mid to late 50s Chryslers and Imperial lines, like you want to talk, this is fucking nuts. There ain't nobody doing shit like that nowadays. And these guys were doing it in the fucking 50s, for fuck's sake.
Did you notice that
glass, in order to get this glass flush, you got to build out to, so if you don't know what flush glass is, go outside. And if you got anything fucking that was built in the last 20 fucking years, look at the glass. There's no chrome trim around it, and it's flush mounted, which means it goes directly with the car and the truck or whatever the fuck you're driving. I don't know how else to describe it other than go look at your fucking car. Go look at your windshield. Go look at your back window. That's flush mounted. And in order to do that, there was so much space because they were putting rubber seals and everything back in the day. And in order to get it to flush mount, you got two options. One, you buy about a 1/4 inch wide around the whole way windshield, or you have to build the metal to meet that glass. And that's more than likely what they fucking did. So they ended up widening, basically putting a section of fucking metal in there to widen those A-pillars and around the fucking top part and all that stuff. And they did it to the back windshield, the back fucking whatever.
Back window?
Yeah, we'll call it that.
Like I said, that's probably because they couldn't, that's all they could work with, most likely.
Well, that and it fucking does this thing justice, man. It's cool fucking shit. I like it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Did you notice is it painted around the wheel well areas, or is that a trim, or is it just a reflection? I can't tell.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Look at the wheel well, the edge of the wheel well.
I don't know. It looks like it's a reflection.
Yeah, maybe. But I did notice one thing.
Yeah, I think it's spit shined.
Okay.
Yeah, because more than likely the in thing nowadays is the matte color on the inside of the spokes, and then the actual rim itself.
I did notice one thing, which is kind of unfortunate.
Right.
But if you look at this here picture, it looks like the tire rubs on the inside. You see that?
Where?
Right here, in the front.
What are you talking about? Oh, I see it.
It looks like the tire's rubbing.
Must have turned it to the left or to the right too much.
Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's what that looks like.
Maybe it's just a fucking bump.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, great car. Great build.
Yeah, I drive the fucking piss out of it.
It's different. Definitely. Yeah. It's different. All right. Well, next up is Good Vibrations.
Good Vibrations?
Yeah, 63 Chevy Impala.
Here's the deal, fellas. I understand everybody wants to name their cars and stuff, but just fucking settle down. They named it a fucking Chrysler Impala. So go with a 63 Chrysler Impala. They named it a fucking 1959 Chrysler 300E. So go with the fucking Chrysler 300. They named it a Corvette. Name it a fucking Corvette.
That's what people want to do, man.
I understand, but I guess I'm just old fashioned, and I just don't fucking like it.
Well, they did that back in the day. They called them all. They're all women's names.
I guess then let's go back to that.
I'd be okay with that. I love calling cars women's names. I don't know. It's just me. But anyway,
they'd all be Melanies.
Okay.
Shout out to the wife. I love you.
Yeah.
Anyways.
What's up, Melanie? Okay.
Yeah, back to the fucking Good Vibrations.
Yeah, Good Vibrations. Got a 409 Beach Boys style. I think that's why they did the Good Vibrations. It was supposed to be like a Beach Boys theme. Not sure how much they actually went with a Beach Boys theme in the end.
Well, I don't see no fucking surfboard.
You're right.
Go ahead and tell us about this one, Randy. I know you've been itching all fucking day. Your asshole's puckered and everything for this one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Anyway,
I mean, I had my hands on it for like a brief 2 minutes.
Don't fucking say you even touched it.
And then I left.
We're going to edit that out. Don't even say you touched it. Jesus, we all know where this is going.
All right. Well, okay. So, are we going to mention the builder?
Well, we'll just go with this is the highlights from Haggerty. Engine, original Chevy 409 V8. Transmission, Richmond 5-speed. Wheels, custom 10-spoke by MHT.
Yeah, they don't.
That's the highlights of this fucking build by Haggerty.
Paul Atkins did the interior. I mean, it's a nice looking interior, I think.
Right.
Well, hold on. Let me see if I can find them. I haven't seen them done yet. But anyway, yeah, 409. I think it's the original 409, by the way, which is pretty neat. I know this.
Yeah, if you're shooting for the fucking what the hell they call that, numbers matching.
Yeah, I mean, obviously this isn't a original style build because it wouldn't be a Ridler or a Grade 8
right
award winner if it was an original car.
Right.
But at least it does have the original engine. But nice paint job.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's a good looking car.
Anything that comes out of that fucking shop, the paint job's going to be on point.
Yeah, definitely. The fade is great. It's a big car. It's a long car too, and that's a hard fade.
Well, they call that the fucking the Winfield fade.
Right.
Is what that looks like.
Right. I think it fits a car, in my opinion.
Well, I tell you what, I've seen a lot of cars come out of this shop, and this might be the best interior I've ever seen.
Yeah, Paul Atkins did it. Hold on. I was going to find it, and I didn't. Okay. Yeah, Billet Specialties wheel. Billet Specialties pedals, it looks like. Dakota Digital gauges.
The one thing, like, I like that it's a 2-seater, but at the same time, like, this fucking car's so damn big. I mean, that filler piece must be fucking huge.
You mean behind the seats?
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely, it is big. Well, that's where there's actually
a fucking rocket engine in there.
There's 2 boxes back there that house the fuse panel and everything, and
that fuse panel must be like the fucking transformer out here lighting up my fucking backyard if that's the case.
And I think there's a storage compartment back there too. If I'm not mistaken, unless it was changed, but
they must be putting 5 bodies in that fucking thing.
Yeah, right. It looks like it, but I mean, I think it's cool that it's 2-seater. It's a high end hot rod that's a 2-seater.
Yeah,
it's not very. I mean, this was built for a Grade 8 or possibly Ridler, so it's not like you're taking this car, down to get ice cream with the kids, So it's very. I mean. If he does, good on him because there's
no cup holders, Randy.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right about that. No cup holders. So
Randy loves a good cup holder.
You gotta have cup holders, man. Like you can't be driving along. You can't be driving no expensive ass hot rod that you just built, and you can't put a place to put your beer.
Right? Because that's what you need to be doing with these fucking cars: is drinking and driving, Randy.
Yeah.
Hey-o.
No, I mean you can't be holding your, especially with this, if you got a man, you can't be holding your water if you're trying to shift and you're trying to drive this expensive car. You don't want to be wrecking that thing trying to hold that. But anyway, no, interior is very nice. I like the color. I do like the color of the interior.
Yeah, it reminds me of a fucking Camaro that they did as far as that blue goes.
Yeah, it's kind of similar.
If I wasn't mistaken, I'd say it was probably the fucking same mixture. I mean, it fucking looks. I mean, just the engine bay alone. I mean, that's just like my opinion, man.
Yeah, I mean, you can see it's a nice 409. Is it carbureted? I think it's carbureted.
I don't know.
Which is
I'd imagine so.
Which is kind of neat. It's still old school, but it's a modern build. Still old school, but modern build. I love the intake cover. I like that.
That's pretty wild. The intake cover looks like what the hell would you call that on top? Chicken wire?
Yeah, I guess so.
Not chicken wire. What the fuck am I thinking? chicken wire. I don't know what the fuck to call that.
All right, we're just gonna go with that. I don't really know.
No, that's what I mean. It's a pretty sweet looking design as far as that goes. That I like how it's open, like it incorporates that whole entire, basically like a waterfall that runs down the middle.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
And it opens it up. I can't. I don't know what the fuck else to call it. But chicken wire. I don't know. Fucking. I'm trying to not call it chicken wire.
Like a grating.
Yeah, like a not a fence, but fucking.
I don't know. Anyway, I like the fact that it like kind of ties the back of the firewall to the front of the the rad support cover area. I kind of like that it ties it together. But you know what? I want to go. I love the red accent color in the front bumper. I like that look. That's such a good look in that front bumper there.
Well, it's in the back bumper. It's in the side.
In the back too. Yep.
Side chrome. It's in the engine bay.
Yep.
No.
And that. So they got the taillight removed. It folds out, so that's where the fill is. Obviously,
I do like how they have the exhaust coming out of the bumper. I do like that.
Yeah. Oh, and this is an X-frame too, so it's going to be. You can see that it. They kind of did it how Kendig has his, just kind of flowing through everything.
Is this like a Jag rear end or something? Is this an independent rear on this thing, or is that no?
I think it is.
Or is that one of those quick exchange?
Let me see.
I think it's one of those quick exchange.
Might be a quick exchange. I'm not kind of hard to see in the picture.
I'm not sure what I'm seeing under there, but the exhaust, I mean, this is a lot like the Kendig design where it's got the panels underneath and the exhaust is flowing right with the panels and shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then they did the accent color with the rear end and the drive shaft.
Yeah.
But no, it might be a 9-inch style. It's hard to I can't tell in the pictures. I can't remember.
Well, just like all the builds that are the high end through these guys, they a lot of paint work even underneath the car as far as shading and shit like that goes, which really highlights the metal work, or sometimes it's just the paint work itself that makes it look good. Now, I am going to say one thing. I haven't picked any car apart, but I'm going to pick this fucking car apart. The turn signals. What? Let
me look.
Front grill. What are the turn signals?
Hold on. Let me find it.
There's
a picture.
Just regular old 2 screws and a fucking regular old reflector style, what have you.
Oh yeah, and even in the headlight bezels.
Yeah, that's you would think they would be not there.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But that's about the only thing I can pick apart on this thing. You know?
I mean, otherwise it's a very good build.
Yeah, it's definitely clean. Like I said, the interior is great. This is the best interior I've ever seen come out of this fucking place.
Yeah, interior is nice. And I love that color too. That color, like, it's one of my favorite color interiors I've seen.
Yeah. Although as far as paint in the interior, I mean, I feel like that's more of a 40s and 50s style fucking cars. You know, I mean, maybe, unless it's a fucking Corvette or something. I mean, I feel like painting the interior just ain't what it's fucking used to be.
Yeah. Well, they incorporated it, I feel like tastefully in this occasion.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. A lot of times it's overdone.
Yeah.
Like way too much fucking paint, but it's subtle. I like how they brought the red into
the dash area.
Into the dash area. More than likely, if I had to guess, that dash area is hand painted. If I had to guess,
you know what, that actually matches the exterior trim insert area.
Yeah.
So they tied it together.
Yeah. What the fuck is binging and banging?
I don't know. I was wondering it myself.
Settle down. Jesus. Don't need the cat to fuck with shit. Now it's me fucking with shit.
So, tidbit real quick for those who don't know. Is
this a fucking... This isn't a Pontiac, is it?
No, this blue one?
Why do they have Pontiac emblems in the fucking seats?
Maybe that's just a coincidence. I'm not sure.
I mean,
They almost look like that, don't they?
yeah, that's why I fucking stopped and was like, am I looking at a Pontiac here for a second?
Yeah, they almost look like it, but it must be just a coincidence. I mean, everybody takes design ideas from different cars, obviously, because there was a what was that? The Mustang and their Cougar kind of thing. So it's Chevy with Chevy, GM with GM, Ford with Ford. You know, it's
right.
It's nothing new. But one thing I was going to say for the listeners who don't know, a little bit tidbit of information is the owner of not the owner, but the builder of this car won the previous 2 Ridler awards 2 years in a row. So if he ends up winning this, which I still think it's going to be Kindig.
He'll be the first and only.
He'd be the first and only three-peat. The only other people to do that was Chip Foose. He won twice in a row. And then a guy from the 70s or whatever, and he won because, he won 2 years in a row, but then they changed the rules saying they had to run and drive in front of the judges because there was no transmission.
Any fucking ways. If you've heard anything that Randy talked about that fucking shit, this is the 17th time we've heard that story.
I'm just saying. Anyway, so if he does win, it'll be the 3rd time in a row. So if he does, good luck to him. But anyway,
I feel like the front fenders, the two little indents there that looks like it's like supposed to have, reflectors or something in it. I don't know.
Yeah, I see that.
I'm not sure if that's just a fucking Impala thing.
Oh, I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, I'm not
I feel like the taillight or the turn signals would have been there.
Right.
That was where the turn signals were. I wonder why okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah. So they put the turn signals in with
they just filled it in. I wonder if they're
OEM shit and got rid of those and just filled it, I guess.
Either that, or I wonder if they're sometimes I know that builder does like hidden lights. I wonder if that's the case in this case, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah. I don't know if they were hidden. I wouldn't want to see them. Now, the only other thing I can say, this car's fucking nicely done. I'll give them that.
I mean,
I don't know if the engineering is there.
No, engineering is not there. Comparing to the previous years that he's done.
I wonder if that's a coincidence or something.
Oh, I'm not sure, but
because we know 2 years ago the engineering in that fucker was pretty badass.
It was insane. That's the one I was a part of.
Well, I wasn't going to say it, Randy, but I was getting there, Randy, without saying it.
No, I mean I was a part of that build. You
were only a small part, like like if you were going to eat pizza, and the thing was a whole pizza,
right?
You were like, my wife's like, well, you want half of this slice? Because I'm not really that hungry. So you're like a 16th of that build, Randy.
Thanks, man. Okay. Well, either way.
I'm joking, Randy.
No, I know you are. Okay.
Next.
Yeah, next we have a 51 Kaiser. 51 Kaiser. That's you haven't seen one of those in the last couple of years anyway.
No, I don't even know what I'm looking at. Although this is a Henry Jenner. I'm not sure what that's all about. Kind of scary because with modern times.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they picked that name. It's pretty politically incorrect, you could say.
I don't know if it's incorrect, but it's. I'm sure there's something really fucking good. Like Henry J is probably his name's probably like the J's probably Jenner. Like his name, like something along the lines of Jenner. Let's move down. Maybe it's in the description.
Right.
For fuck's sake, before we start making
first impressions aren't great with this one.
First impressions. So, okay. When I was in the classic world, as far as like restorations and shit, there was so many fucking people that had so many fucking weird cars and stuff, and people were just going nuts. Like when I was down at Cars and Coffee in Nashville and stuff like that, there was always some weird things in it. People were like, "Oh my god, fucking whatever." But this thing, First impressions is it's an oddball.
It is an oddball.
It's an oddball because it's not your Chevys, it's not your Fords, it's not your fucking Chryslers.
What is going on here?
But this fucking thing, first impressions, man. The paint's there, man. The paint's there. The wheel selection on this is badass. Yeah. I like the wheels.
I like the color combination. I like the wheels. I like the way it's sitting.
Yeah, but
the wheel is like the front wheel is almost too small.
This thing's like a Corvair front end meets a fucking late 50s Impala rear end and like a Nomad
you
fucking
mean Bel Air,
far
a Bel Air, late or early 50s Bel Air rear end.
What?
Was that what you meant?
No.
Or did you actually Whoa, what the fuck was that? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm talking about a fucking I lost my train of thought.
Late 50s Impala.
Not an Impala.
That's what you said?
I didn't mean Impala.
That's why I was trying to clarify.
I meant El Camino.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, late 50s El Camino.
That makes more sense.
Wrapped up with an ass end from a fucking Nomad. You see it?
Yeah, I see that. Mm-hmm.
Like, this thing's fucking wild as shit.
There's a lot of...
wild shit.
A lot of engineering in this
wild
one.
Shit.
Okay, we heard you.
Wild shit.
Okay, so...
Read off. This is from Vegas, baby. Yeah, no wonder it came looking like this.
All right, yeah. Okay, so... Oh, it was built by Roadster Shop, who won't return our calls.
Well, I didn't call him.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Sorry.
I just asked him to be on the podcast.
I was just bullshitting. Okay.
I'm not. I got no response whatsoever.
Yeah. Okay. So no response for the podcast. Anyway.
It's all right. We still love you guys, man. Fucking, we got Roadster Shop shit in the shop right now, man.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
You guys build great stuff.
Yeah. Well, they do. Yeah. I mean, they do. Even though they get back to us, they do.
It's okay.
It's all right. They got shit going on. It's all good.
They saw some fucking random redheaded schmuck. Hey, man, you want to fucking do the podcast?
Who the fuck's this guy?
Yeah.
We don't got time for you.
Right. I ain't got time for this crap. Hush pup his daddy. Anyways, let's get back to the show.
Upholstery by Recovery Room, Dakota Digital Gauges, LS3V8 with... Okay, this is a strange remark here.
Where are you getting the builder was...
What?
Roadster Shop.
Custom built by Roadster Shop. Chassis.
Oh. Yeah, the chassis.
Yeah, the chassis. I'm sorry, the chassis. Yeah.
I was going to say, you fucking...
No, the builder's
Revision Rods and Rides.
Sorry. No.
Yeah. Let's fucking clarify that right now. We're talking about Roadster Shop for no fucking apparent reason
I got
whatsoever. Yeah.
I skipped a couple lines. Anyway, interior.
Yeah.
Yep. Engine LS3V8 with casting marks removed. That's what I was getting at earlier. Kind of weird, like, okay, you removed the casting marks. That's fine. Everybody does that in a Ridler car. They all get smoothed.
Well, this is fucking Haggerty. You heard the last fucking description.
I know.
It's got 4 wheels and a steering wheel.
GM 4L65E?
Yeah, 4L65E.
Oh, yeah.
Went up from the 4L60.
Right. Okay, with casting marks removed again. Modifications. Converting a Henry J sedan into a unibody pickup truck. Wow. With a floating grill, pancaked and stretched hood, stretched fenders, chopped roof, 4-inch stretched wheelbase, hand-built bed, and surround.
So this whole fucking thing is handcrafted.
Basically. It's probably the next thing up there with the Kendig build.
So
as far as
converting a Henry J sedan into a unibody pickup truck, pancaked and stretched hood, stretched fenders, chopped roof, 4-inch stretched wheelbase, hand-built bed and surround. So, yeah, as far as an engineering marvel, this motherfucker right here is an engine. This is the definition of a Ridler contender right here.
You know, I agree.
No doubt about it.
I agree. Everything's pretty much there.
If this whole fucking this whole thing's basically handcrafted.
The only thing that would downfall this is, or bring this build down, is quality of the finishing, of the actual finishing part of it, like the.
What are you talking about?
I'm saying everything we can't see, like underneath, like where the judges look. I'm saying like fit and finish, like under the underside panels, the bolts being all the same and in the same location, symmetry, all that kind of. I'm just saying, like, the build is there from what we could see, but as long as everything else is there as far as fit and finish, then he should be up there in the running.
You think this guy fucking did all this work to the bodywork just a half? Look at the fucking exhaust.
You never know, man.
Look in the exhaust. It says HJ in the exhaust tips, man.
I see that. No, that's
and you're telling me that fucking they're gonna half-ass something.
You don't know, man. We don't know. We're not there looking at the car ourselves, so it's all up to the judges. I'm just saying,
it's all about the build.
Everything else, yeah, it's all about the build. Everything is there from what we could see,
dude. All I'm saying is, look at the intake on this fucking thing.
Hold on. I'm looking up.
Dude, this thing is badass.
I'm looking up Henry J because I want to see if we're missing anything with this whole Henry Jenner thing.
Yeah, probably. Never mind.
We're just going to move on from that. I don't know. I don't want to put anything out there. That's not,
hey, this motherfucker's got cup holders, Randy.
Does it? Let me see. Where? Let me find it. Holy shit, it does.
It's got cup holders, touch screens.
I mean,
it's got a touch screen, cup holders.
You can buy those cup holders off Amazon. So
who gives a fuck? It's got cup holders. You've been bitching every single fucking vehicle doesn't have a damn cup holder. Now it does.
This is a little different. They used a big screen.
Dude, the interior. Okay, you said earlier about tight. This son of a bitch is tight.
As far as like the fit and finish of the interior?
As far as the whole fucking thing, man.
Oh, yeah.
This car is nice. Like, this car is like... I retract everything I said about that other Corvette, man. This thing is fucking badass. Yeah, this car is... This car is
what is going on with this exhaust tailpipe, though?
What are you talking about?
Like, I know it says HJ in there, but like... Is it inside the pipe?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's inside.
Kind of hard to see in the picture, but it's okay. I see it. I mean, I get it.
Inside the fucking tailpipe, man.
That's kind of different and weird, but
different and weird is different and fucking awesome. Dude, the fit and finish on this thing's badass.
I mean, I would call that borderline distasteful.
What is?
The lettering in the exhaust.
That's what's going to take it over the top, man.
I don't know. Not for me to decide, but that's just my opinion.
Yeah, just like your opinion, man. All I know is this car is
not many views of the underside.
No, I'm kind of disappointed about that. I kind of feel like we were hosed on this, even though there's 10 pictures of it on here. Like I guess the engine bay isn't open.
So there's two reasons for that. One, they didn't want many mirrors under there. Or two, it's not as finished as we would think.
What?
The underside is not as finished as we would think, and they don't want many people seeing the underside. Only certain areas. They're strategically placed in certain areas so that people can only see certain areas of the underside.
Well, the problem with this build...
I've seen that once or twice, so I'm just saying.
The problem with this build is it's an oddball. So, like, when people are going to... This is what I'm thinking. People are going to come and look at this car and walk right fucking past it because it's an oddball.
Yeah, I don't know.
And they don't realize.
You're going to get the people who are like, wow, look at this car. It's fucking insane. Yep. And you're going to get the other people that are like, what is that? I don't know. I don't care about that.
Right. And that's the problem. That's the problem with fucking cars like this. Like, yes, this car is fucking badass as shit, but it is a fucking oddball because it's fucking handcrafted. It's like 3 cars in one.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. It's fucking awesome. I love it.
You got old school mentality, like putting cars together, but like it's a modern grade 8 Ridler car, or Ridler contender.
Well, look at the lights and look at the headlights. You got the picture of the headlights?
Let me get there.
They got some crazy white fucking LED strip in it and everything, man. Yeah, this is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Yep.
This is a nice fucking car. I don't know what else to say about this car other than this is a nice fucking car. Like I can't even describe this thing because it's not You just gotta look at this thing. You just gotta look at it. Would you just look at it? Well, would you look at that?
Like I said,
would you look at that?
there's a couple things. That
Would you look at
weird.
that?
A couple things that are weird, but the engineering's there. As long as the fit and finish, he should have a good running.
This car's second.
The only thing,
this car. I'm telling you, man. This car is fucking amazing.
Yeah, it is a very nice car. One other thing that it has its downfall.
Tell me.
Is that it's a truck.
It's not a truck.
Yeah, but it has a bed.
This is like one of them fucking things that you love.
I know, but
it's a Ranchero. It's a fucking what have you. Look at
but trucks and things with beds don't win the Ridler.
Look at the lines on this thing, man.
It does. I know, but like it's a grade 8 for sure. It
looks fast just sitting there.
It does look fast. It looks like it's moving, sitting still.
It's got a hellacious rake at the front end, and then when I'm talking about a rake, I'm talking about the actual grill section from the point of the fender down to the lower part where the bumper is and shit. Like that fender's hanging out past the bumper, for fuck's sake. That's how far forward it is.
So the taillights almost remind me of like a 53 Bel Air.
Yeah. And then it's not raked by any means. Like the ass end isn't sitting up.
No, it's pretty level. It's pretty level.
But it's literally coming back down the line. Like it's fucking awesome is what it is.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. But like I said, this is not one in the Ridler because it has a bed. There's no real estate. Basically, they finished the inside of the bed, and that's fine. But like
the bed is handcrafted, man.
I understand that, but trucks and
the engineering's there.
I'm going to put this out there for people who are listening and are wondering, even if you're like, if you're, for whatever God reason, you're thinking about building yourself a Ridler car, do not build a truck.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
And do not build a car with no fenders. It's not going to win. You might get a grade 8, but you're not going to win the Ridler. I'm just telling you.
Didn't you? The car that won that you touched, you like bumped your ass end up against it whenever it was being built.
Yeah, right.
That fucking thing was small as shit.
Yeah,
if nothing that shouldn't have fucking won.
But it won because of engineering and because it was fully fendered. Cars without fenders or trucks or cars with beds do not win.
I heard it's because there's no competition.
Well, either here nor there.
I'm fucking joking, Randy. Settle down. Jesus.
Neither here or there. I'm talking about trucks versus cars with no fenders. They're never going to win the Ridler anymore. That was back in the day.
All right, move on to the next one, Randy.
Well, I still want to talk about some of the interior.
All right, go ahead.
I do like the interior. I like how it was designed and laid out. I do like the door panels. That's really different. It's kind of like it reminds me of like a art deco. I don't know, kind of period. What am I saying that right? Yeah. Anyway, I'm not crazy about the modern shifter. Not sure what's up with that. They could have done something a little bit more elegant with the look of the car. That does not fit the look of the car.
What are we talking about?
The shifter.
Sorry, I had to go get some beer for everybody.
Did you get me one?
Unfortunately.
Yee-hoo, thank you very much.
So I was gone for 35 seconds, and if I had to guess, Randy just belittled this thing like a redheaded stepchild.
Just pointing out a couple things.
It's got a fucking split windshield in it, man.
Does it really? Oh yeah, look at that.
That's pretty neat. I like the ball cap on top, like the little cap.
Where?
On the hood, on the above the backside. I don't know how to describe that. On the back end of the hood or the roof.
Oh yeah, I see that. Okay.
And it's a unibody. You know how much work had to go into this to make it a fucking unibody?
Jesus, I know. That's insane.
Yeah. I mean, as far as engineering goes, this is a marvel.
Engineering is up there with Ken Diggett's car for sure.
Yeah. This is a clean car. Like it's an oddball, but it's fucking beautiful.
You know, and the engine bay fits the car too. I mean, everything's oddball about it. It definitely fits the style, I think. As long as the grill looks kind of similar to what's going on.
I haven't seen a single picture of the grill.
Yeah, I can't find the grill. As long as that intake cover looks like kind of like what's going on with the grill or anywhere with the car, then it kind of ties together. Otherwise, it's kind of out of place. But I like the little emblems they made.
Yeah. Except for the one in the tailpipe. That's odd and just weird.
Well, it is strange.
Weird.
Is your smoke gonna puff out like HJ?
That'd be fucking awesome.
It would be kind of cool. Oh shit! All right,
are we ready finally to move on?
Yeah, next we got a 56 Bel Air.
Oh yeah, 56 is my favorite style as far as the trim goes.
You like the 56?
That's one of my favorite styles as far as the trim goes. Unless it's a 57 and you take the inline out and you take that shit out.
Right, mine's a 55. I like a 55.
Settle down.
Let's see. Paint and body, Ronsol Body Works, interior, Pro Audio. Oh yeah, Pro.
Owner and designer is Gene Talsma.
Yeah. Smooth and modified RS tube frame 4. I'm not sure what that is.
Smooth and modified RS tube frame. I mean, maybe it's a roadster shop. Maybe. A sub-model of a company that I'm not sure. I don't know. 440 horsepower, 6-liter LS V8. Appropriate. 4L65 again, although this isn't an E, supposedly. They might have got lazy with this shit. Who knows?
Yeah, that would be an E as well. Tucked and shortened bumpers, French third taillight and roof, shaved and peaked hood and trunk. So minor adjustments, nothing too crazy.
They got 4 fucking pictures. And it sucks.
Wow, yeah, terrible pictures here.
Come on, Haggerty. We're talking about the grade 8s, man.
They obviously didn't care about this car.
No, none whatsoever.
I like the white.
Yeah, so going back to at Hot Rod shows on Instagram.
Yep, I'm going to have to go to that.
They got fucking plenty of pictures. I love the white.
The white, yeah. Oh my God, I hate those taillights. Oh my God, what is this? What is going on here with this?
I got nothing to say about that, Randy.
You got nothing to say about that? That is surprising. Elliot Slack has nothing to say.
I'm speechless about those taillights. If you want to know about those taillights, somebody go. That's probably why. How the fuck did you win the grade 8 with taillights like that?
Somebody needs fired.
Okay, I take it back. I apologize. This car is badass. I do love a 56, but I agree with Randy. I'm not trying to belittle any fucking car or anything. I'm just questioning the taillights. That's all.
We're gonna move on from that. They did a good job finishing this car for sure.
They flipped the bumper.
Oh yeah, okay.
They said they tucked the bumper and stuff.
They shortened it.
They needed to shorten about 5 more fucking inches.
Okay. Pretty smooth engine bay. Yeah, nothing too crazy. It's a grade 8 for sure. Obviously not winning the Ridler. I like what they did with the interior. I like that they
they got some nice. I like the V in the engine bay. I like how they set that inside in the metalwork.
Where? Oh, there it is. Yep,
Right
I see it.
here, yeah.
I see it. Yep, and they incorporated that into the dash as well.
Mm-hmm. Now that's called the smoothie. Why didn't they say smoothie? Oh, they did say smoothie. 56 Chevy Bel Air 2-door smoothie. It's smoothie.
Not with an IE, with a Y.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I like what they did with the dash and put the 57 style gauge cluster in there. Was that a 56 as well?
What's that?
The gauge cluster.
I have no idea.
I know it was 57, but I don't remember.
As far as the engine bay goes,
No. That was the V style gauge cluster.
I like the intake. I like the dual intake system that they got going on. That's
everything's polished and nice.
Yeah. I mean, this is just a nice, clean car. There's not really a whole heap and pile to talk about.
Yeah, not really. They have a...
The interior's pretty fucking sweet. I like the two-tone color. I like how they brought some sort of bluish gray into it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's kind of like out of the blue.
Yeah. Well, I said about earlier, you know, it was 40s and mid 50s where the paint was at, and this is appropriate. This paint is appropriate. I feel it's so. These gauges are from a fucking Corvette.
Oh, that's the Corvette.
That's
gauge
the Corvette
cluster.
gauges.
I'm an idiot.
That's a C1 Corvette gauge cluster, and they flipped it over.
Yeah, they did flip it over. I see that.
Yeah, they flipped it over and stuck it in the middle of the fucking dash.
These are classic instrument gauges.
Yeah,
obviously. I just wish modern builders would get away from doing these. And I know it's like all they can buy is like
you talking about the vintage air fucking turny knobs.
That and their stereo systems.
Vintage Air needs to do something.
Their head units. I know Vintage Air is a little bit. They've kind of like plateaued as far as
Vintage Air, Dakota Digital. We talked about it. You know,
yeah,
they plateau. They're like, you know what? We're fucking selling so many of these because we're on top of the fucking food chain.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Vintage Air came out with the Gen 5 stuff.
It's the best it's the best fucking shit you can get.
Their controller is a lot better, but like for a while there, it was just like the same old shit. But
Dakota Digital gauges, I can't wait till they step up into the fucking new world, man. Like Holly's,
no, not Dakota Digital.
We're talking about Dakota Digital. We're talking about Vintage Air shit.
No, Classic Instruments.
Well, I'm talking about every fucking thing needs to update themselves.
Well, right. Oh, true that. Everything. But especially Classic Instruments because they still use a...
But don't do like Harley did and fucking upgrade to stupid. I mean, okay. I'm not even going to go there. Well, because everybody's Harley fucking people in the world. Like, I don't like the lights. I don't like the lights, man.
Which lights?
The lights that go across everything on the front end. Just settle the fuck down with all the lights.
Well, the
strips.
It's been a while since they updated anything, so that's what they came up with. I don't know. Don't ask me.
Fucking quit talking to Elon Musk for fuck's sake. Jesus.
I don't mind it. I'd have to see it in person.
Yeah, I saw it in person.
When?
I'd look the other fucking way.
When did you see it in person?
I didn't.
Okay.
I'm joking. I'm lying.
Anyway, everybody's. I mean, I know you're building a custom car, and then you stick the head unit in there, like the double din head unit, but you don't make anything nice for a bezel as far as the actual screen. And you just,
hey man, you know this.
Just plop it in there.
This made the grade 8. This is a turning point in people's building careers.
For sure, and there's nothing wrong. You know, I'm
steering
happy.
wheel even looks like a fucking Corvette steering wheel.
Yeah, what is that?
Looks like a Corvette steering wheel. Could be wrong.
I mean, what year Corvette? I'm not sure. That might be a stock style 56.
Could be. I don't know. Not sure. I like how they incorporated the V's in different areas, like under the dash or on the dash.
Yeah, they kept the theme going. That's for sure.
Is that an independent?
Oh, and it has cup holders.
Fuck yeah.
Independent rear suspension.
Does it? I don't have any pictures.
Let me see. Oh, yep. Nope. That's the front.
They did two fronts.
They have two fronts. Okay. Yep. Here we are. Nope. It's almost looks like a 57 style rear end, like a stock style rear end. I'm kind of hard to tell though, but still a nice car, still a nice build. They just did a couple weird things. Taillights. All right, let's move on.
Yep. Moving on.
Now this is a pretty wild one.
67 Cadillac Eldorado. The vanilla gorilla. Yeah. This is the final car. So, the vanilla gorilla is in the house.
Sorry, technical difficulties again.
If you ever seen Congo, isn't Congo? Don't they have a fucking vanilla gorilla in Congo?
I don't know.
Are you done dicking around?
I don't even touch it, and it just. Hold on a second. Pause.
No, I'm not pausing it. You just fucking fix your shit. So the 67 Cadillac Eldorado, the Vanilla Gorilla, is wild. So the owner. Okay, you're back on.
Yep. All right. Vanilla Gorilla.
Well, they got a different type of write up for the Vanilla Gorilla.
Oh, wow. Here we go. Okay. So do you want to read it or you want me to do it?
Go ahead.
All right. Owner David Blattner. Is that,
Yeah.
maybe that's
Big
how you say
Lake,
it?
Minnesota.
Yeah. Nothing about the builder unless it was him. So we'll just read into this. Maybe it's in here somewhere. Often, Autorama organizers will choose, and these are Haggerty's words, I guess. Often, Autorama organizers will choose as a finalist a car whose owner or builder didn't think they'd be competing for the Ridler trophy. Oh, so we have a special case here. But the concept and build quality are worth of recognition.
Worthy,
sorry. Wow, I'm doing terrible at this. All right.
David Blattner shortened a 67 Eldo is one such car. As a result, the build team didn't have printed hero cards or a placard with the card's special features in the way that all the other Ridler competitors had prepared. The builder did tell me that they took a full 24 inches out of the car's length. A stock production 67 Eldorado is 221 inches, but Cadillac designer Wayne Caddy's original styling sketches portrayed a personal luxury car that was even longer, powered by a proposed V12 engine. This shorty version was so well executed, I'm pretty sure Caddy would approve.
So it wasn't originally supposed to be a grade 8 contender, but they let him come in.
That's fucked up.
Which is kind of weird because
So what if they took pictures of this thing?
that's what I was getting at. Like, what if so this car was built in secret and unknowingly was going to be, I'm confused.
Yeah, there's your politics, man. They took 2 feet off this thing, supposedly. But if we want, okay.
I mean, I can see that. It's very short. I mean, look at it. The Eldorado is a long-ass car. This is pretty short looking.
Right. Which, so they shortened this car, and it looks like it's straight out of 1985.
No, so they got a placard here. No hero cards, but
This thing looks like it's from 1985 because of the way that they shortened it.
yeah, seriously.
This looks like a fucking...
It looks like a futuristic.
This looks like
80s
a
build.
Buick. This looks like a fucking... what the hell am I looking at, Randy?
You ever seen Romeo and Juliet with Leo DiCaprio? The newer style Romeo and Juliet movie. This car was probably in that movie. I'm assuming.
No. It looks like a fucking Prince song from the 80s.
Yeah, it does.
By how short it is. But anyways,
so it's got a supercharged LT4.
Yep. That you can see it because there's it's just in there.
Yeah, just in there. Nothing too crazy as far as modifications in there. It's just there.
They modernized the hell out of the interior, kind of.
Yeah, interior's I actually kind of like this interior.
This fucking thing looks like it's out of the 80s, man. This is like
like I said, like a 80s concept build almost.
Yeah. Hey, what's that Buick you liked?
The Grand National.
This is a Grand National. That's what the fuck it looks like, man.
Apart from the front grille.
Yeah, but that's the styling.
Yeah. I don't like the modern shifter.
What's this picture here?
I don't think it belongs.
So it's showing them shortening this thing. Some of the pictures in it.
Where?
On Haggerty. Pictures of the pictures.
Oh, okay. The pictures inside the pictures.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess...
I don't know how true this, info paragraph is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that they just threw this car in here and they're like, oh, we picked it.
Because you can't just...
Let me tell you one thing right now. If there's fucking people out there picking cars, I've been to a lot of these shows, and there's been a lot of cars that should have been picked that weren't picked.
Right. You can't just show up to this show and then expect you're going to be part of the grade 8. You sign up months in advance, and you have to pay a fee and you have to go through all the processes and you have to prove that you haven't any pictures have gotten out. So it's a whole process. I don't know if this is all completely
Well, I mean,
true.
if you look at the hood. The hood's bone stock hood underneath.
I see that.
Nothing.
No modifications there except for probably just shortening.
I mean, literally, no offense to this car. I'm not trying to talk shit about any fucking car on this list, but if we're talking about grade 8 best builds on the planet type of deal,
I mean, I'm looking at the front end now. I do like the way they have these the turn signals in there and the whatever. Is that like an air intake? Or it can't be like a. Is it like a vent or something on the front fenders? I'm not sure. I don't know.
I'm not sure either.
Why is there a briefcase in the rear seat area?
I don't know.
Like a big ass. I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe it was like a 80s like cocaine build or something. I don't know.
That's what's in the fucking briefcase. Hey-o. Well, on that note, we're going to fucking finish this off because
yeah.
I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but I'm not fucking talking about this car.
I mean, they spent a lot of money on it. They got the Spark steering wheel, Dakota Digital gauges. I mean, they obviously...
Yeah, they put time and effort into it, but I mean, this is way too bone stock. Like, okay, no, it's not stock because they cut and chopped and all that shit. But
I mean, there's a lot.
Don't
of work.
give me that. I'm like, maybe if we didn't read that fucking paragraph,
yeah,
I'd look at it completely different.
Maybe there's something we're missing or something. I'm not sure, but I mean, it's kind of a cool build.
I tell you what, man,
it's a different kind of build.
To put that time and effort into shortening something 24 inches is fucking unbelievable.
Especially from what year was this? 1974.
1985.
Was it really? No, 67. This is 67.
I'm sorry. I'm just talking about what it looks like now. The Vanilla Gorilla. Remember what I said earlier about like just stop naming fucking shit?
Yeah.
The Vanilla Gorilla.
This is a good.
You know what? I'm gonna fucking. We're gonna name something the Turkey Baster. It don't matter what it is. Just fucking. Yep, the Turkey Baster's taking all the awards.
Oh man. This is a good example of why you don't want to do that.
What, Turkey Baster?
No, name your cars. I get,
Carmine.
I don't mind. Yeah, Carmine. I don't mind. That was actually kind of a cool name. I actually did like that name.
I like the 40.
Yeah, but which 40?
Just the 40.
The only reason I could see
Build a 40 is for the 40.
the only reason I could see a car being named is like if it gets out there and gets, if it's gets involved with like the whole like if it gets seen by the
grade
public,
8.
if it gets seen by the public and people like they relate or they they hear that name, like, it's that car. I don't know. That's the only reason I could see that. But not this car though. I don't know why.
Look at this thing, baby.
Old ladies' home.
Old ladies' home. Look at this.
That's the name of the car. Old
Here.
ladies' home.
Come here and tell us your thoughts on this, babe. So this car, read this spiel. Read this spiel. Basically, it says that it was handpicked by the judges. This thing. It wasn't even supposed to be a Ridler competitor, and the judges decided that this thing was so well done that they would put it in the grade 8.
It looks like a Thunderbird Monte Carlo front end.
Into the mic, baby.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Doesn't it look like whatever the hell we talked about?
Yeah.
What did we say?
Grand National.
The Grand National.
Grand National.
The back end of it.
The back end of it. Look at that.
No, it looks like a Cutlass.
That's it. That's the word I was looking for.
70s Cutlass.
And the name of it. What do you think of the name? The Vanilla Gorilla.
I'm
Hey-oh. Yeah. So the wife's home from work, and we're going to call it quits on this. Randy, you can fucking close it off. I'm done for the night.
You're just going to...
I'm just leaving it up to you. Yep.
Just cut it off just like that.
My wife's home. I'm out of here.
Okay.
No, I'm
Sit in here and I'll give my 2 cents.
okay. Well, you should have been here for the last 2 hours because we went through.
Well, don't you guys worry though. 'Cause
here.
Our next episode is going to be about the winner of the Ridler. So
Maybe. Here, babe, look at this.
what do you mean maybe?
Here is.
The people in Radio Land can't see this.
No, we were talking. They're supposed to be following along. So this is badass. But look who.
I'm not going to comment on that.
Right. All I want to show you is the turn signals on this one.
I'm walking away.
Cat's yelling. Oh. Anyways.
Yeah. So we want to thank you guys for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. We might pull something together here at the here Sunday night to finalize this episode because I don't feel like there's going to be a lot of editing.
No, I don't think so.
Hopefully everybody followed along, and if not, I tell you what. Here's the deal. We have a closed group, or we have a group page on Facebook. Obviously, it's called "It's All About the Build," and it's giving you the behind the scenes of everything that's going down in our world. And we have some big time guests coming in for everybody, and you'll be able to see some behind the scenes with all this stuff. But stay tuned. I'm excited to show you and bring these guests to you. Like I said, I'm excited to meet these people, and I'm excited to hear their story because these names you're going to recognize, and these names might shock you a little bit and be like, man, that's fucking awesome. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll be able to finalize this episode. If not, we're just gonna talk about the winter next week and go from there. But we got a guest hopefully coming up next week. So depending on where the winter bullshit is, we're gonna fall into that. If not, if we don't talk about the winter, just stay tuned because it's coming out Sunday evening, Sunday morning, Sunday night it'll come out. So Monday morning, everything when this show drops,
I think it's usually around like 5 o'clock or so.
Yeah, when this show drops, you'll hear about it. Hopefully, you'll be able to follow along with this. Like I said, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You can follow along with all the builds that we got going on in the shop.
And for you guys that are local, next month we will be in Fort Wayne at the Rod and Custom show.
Yep, it's the first weekend, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, 4, 5, 6, or 5, 6, 7.
April. It's the first weekend in April.
First weekend of April. Yeah.
Move in Thursday, Friday. The show opens. It's the first time the show's been going on up here at the Coliseum in 31 years. So, if you're local, swing on in, and hopefully we see you there. Hopefully you tune in. We got some big time names coming in that we're going to be interviewing, and I'm excited to bring the stories to you. So
might get some different perspectives.
Yeah, congratulations to all the grade 8 finalists and everything. Hopefully, we didn't pick them apart too much, and hopefully we didn't sound like complete fucking dicks. But I mean, we look at everything, man, and hopefully listening to this and following along with the pictures and everything, hopefully you guys see what we see. And that's what this was all about.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, these cars are close to perfect. None of them's actually perfect, and
these cars are some of the nicest cars you're going to find. Period.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Super Bowl of car awards. So
yeah. So to wrap it up, who do you think's going to win, Randy?
I think it's the 12 Air.
The 12 Air.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just because it's Dave Kindig, and I don't think it's just because he's a TV personality. I think it's because of what he brought to compete.
Yeah. If it's not Dave Kindig, I mean, I'd hate to say it. or not hate to say it, but I think it's that fucking goofy thing.
The Kaiser.
That Kaiser, whatever.
I don't know.
It is.
The only reason I would agree with you. The only thing that I'm not too sure about is the lack of the visuals underneath. That's the only thing
that's why the judges can get on their ass and look up underneath.
Right. It's for the judges, so it's up to them. So that's the only thing I could see just from looking through the pictures. So
right. I'm top 3 is the Corvette, that 59 Corvette, the Kaiser, and the what have you.
I do like the Corvette.
The 12 Air.
Yeah, 12 Air is number 1 for me.
I mean, there's like second place is tied with a lot.
Right.
The third place, there's a lot of runners up. There's
I do like the
Vanilla Gorilla.
No. To be honest, I'm gonna go with I don't know what number 3 is. I do like the Kaiser. I like the 50. I do like 12 Air is number 1, obviously, for me.
Cougar.
I just don't. Maybe
Cougar
the Cougar
is nice.
Maybe the Cougar. I just.
Cougar is clean as a whistle.
Yeah.
How about it, babe? I tell you what, though, that fucking the 300, the 300 is spectacular.
300 is really nice, and it's going to be in the running because it's such a big car.
Yep.
That's what they want. Real estate, man. The judges want real estate.
There's a whole football field on that son of a bitch.
Want as long as those panels are straight and there's nothing wrong with it, then they're in the running. But
this picture right here just shows it. But I'm telling you, like, I hate to say it, but I mean there is a if the 12 Air doesn't win, I don't know what the fuck's going on, in all honesty. Like, I'm not just saying it because
the only reason they would lose is if they had like a bunch of shit wrong underneath or something. I don't know,
right?
But the 63 Impala is going to be talked about because they won the last 2, so they're going to be in the running as well.
Well, then that's fucking politics. They don't deserve to be in a top 3, in my opinion.
Well, okay. Well, that's fine. I don't know what my top 3 is. I'm just saying I know what my top 1 is.
Well, top 3 doesn't have the fucking nuts and bolts sticking out in the front of the fucking grill. I can tell you that.
I agree with you.
Turn signals and the headlight fucking bezels.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm just saying that they will be looked at. But I think the 12 Air is going to win. That's just the only thing I can go with. I don't really have a top 3.
Well, I
like the Cougar. Oh, that's what you asked me what my opinion was. I think it's just I don't have a top 3. I like the Cougar and I like the other Corvette, but I don't know which one's.
So second place, I'd say, is the Chrysler 300.
I like that too. I just can't.
And I would say the Corvette, and I would say the other one, and the fucking Cougar, and then the rest. The rest are just hanging out.
Pretty much. My least favorite is probably the Eldorado.
The Vanilla Gorilla?
No, my least favorite's the 56.
It's taillight special?
Yeah, taillight special. Mm-hmm.
Babe, look at this.
I don't want to get up.
Okay.
Yeah, least favorite. I mean, it's pretty.
They didn't even show the taillights on Haggerty here.
No, they don't.
Yeah. Anyways, we're going to cut her down. We're going to shut her down. Dave Kindig stole the show, if you ask me. That's all there is to it. The other Corvette's pretty badass. Don't get me wrong. Everything's fucking nice. It's just there's clearly four cars here that are above and beyond the rest.
Mm-hmm.
And one stands out in particular.
Yep. All right.
So we'll catch up with you guys later. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hopefully you guys followed along and learned a little bit and all that stuff and had some entertainment. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, Elliot Slack over and out. Randy, you got anything to say?
Yeah. Later, guys.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to this episode of It's All About the Build podcast. Please comment and let us know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel to follow along, and if you haven't already, check out our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok to keep up with what we have going on every week. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for listening to this episode of It's All About the Build podcast. Please comment and let us know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel to follow along, and if you haven't already, check out our Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok to keep up with what we have going on every week. Thank you all for listening.